Okay, you have a choice now. We can either tear in like bandits, or we can do a sort of conventional approach.
Why don't we tear in like bandits?
Okay.
Check us out. No, over here. What is this little yellow wonder? It's a gyro plane. And today, I'm scoping out the skies over southern Ontario with flight instructor Neil Laubach.
Neil, what is this thing?
This is a gyroplane or a gyrocopter.
Okay, Neil, you got to pick one. Is it an airplane?
No, it's not an airplane.
Is it a helicopter?
No, it's not a helicopter. This is the predecessor to the modern day helicopter, but the big difference is a helicopter needs an engine to power the rotor system to lift it off the ground, like a giant fan. This system is not powered by an engine at all. It's just powered by the airflow running through the rotor system, like a maple seed or a windmill, if you like. The system that drives it is called auto-rotation, but we do need to kickstart that auto-rotation. So we do use the engine to send power up through this shaft here, up to the rotor system, just to get it going. But before we even take off, I release that system, and after that it's just airflow running through the system, keeping us in the air.
So this disc, this is like hanging under a frisbee.
If you like to think of it that way, yes.
I think that's a cool way to think about it. So it's kind of like a helicopter, but we don't take off vertically.
No, we don't take off vertically because we have no power to that system. So we need a little bit of a runway just to get the rotor RPM up to a point where it's creating enough lift to lift us off the ground.
Speaking of taking off, guess who's ready to get his feet off the ground? This guy.
Okay, so we work through our checklist. Helmets and belts are fastened, control stick is forward, cable is attached, throttle lever is at idle. Look over our shoulder, make sure nobody's around the propeller. Clear prop.
The best thing about flying a gyroplane is you can fly at relatively low level. When the sun's out, the sky's blue, it's open, it's visceral, it's like a motorcycle in the sky.
Okay, so we are taxiing down to the end of the runway. The rotor above us is not going yet. We got to get in position before that takes over, and then we're going flying.
Full power, looking straight away down the runway. A little bit of right stick, counter the crosswind. Airspeed's coming up, rotor RPM's coming up, and we're off the ground.
The maximum speed on my aircraft is about 180, 190 kilometers an hour.
Now, how high are we?
We're turning about 1,000 feet above the ground now.
We can fly them as high as 10,000 feet as far as my aircraft is concerned. Most of the time we're flying between 500 and 1,500 feet above the ground. We don't go anywhere as near as high as it can.
Oh, I love the view up here.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
One of the benefits of the gyroplane is if you get an engine failure, then you have much less concern than if you had in a helicopter or a fixed wing. Airspeed is unimportant to us as long as we have some altitude. Because the rotors are turning, they will continue to turn no matter what the engine does, even if it goes completely quiet. What we need to do is find a relatively small place to land, turn the aircraft into wind, and we can settle her down very safely.
We want to turn left, a little bit of pressure to the left.
In order to turn, what we do is just push the stick or apply a little bit of pressure to the one side of the stick, and that will tilt the rotor slightly, and that will vector the lift, and so it will actually start us in a bit of a turn.
And that's exactly what I'm about to do.
So what I want you to do is look out on the horizon, past my head, and just keep us flying in this direction, please. You have control of the stick.
I have control of the stick.
Practically ready for Top Gun.
Some people find it easier than others, but generally it's not too hard. A little bit of mechanical sympathy helps. The more you understand what's going on around you, the easier it'll be to fly.
I'm clearly super sympathetic, but not enough to land the gyro.
Hey, I have control.
You have control.
That's a job for the pro.
Smooth like butter.
Smooth like butter.